Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Chatting with Fat. This is try number 3. Hopefully it's one that I'm gonna upload. But yeah, I'm back home, back in Ohio, back in my office. And I just wanted to talk about the trip a little bit. Because I just spent nearly a week in Wisconsin doing energy work with my good friend Tina. And one of the things that I want to talk about energy work, or just in general, is shortcuts. Because, well, I've been doing Reiki. It's an energy work, healing work, healing energy of sorts. I've been doing that since about 2002. I've been Reiki attuned, and I have the flow of the energy of Reiki, or however that goes. But I've been practicing it since 2002, but I haven't been faithful to it. And what I mean by faithful is that when I initially started out doing energy work, I would go through the whole process of the properly drawing the energy, the channeling of the energy, and the sending of the energy to whoever it was that I was working on. And granted, I haven't been working on too many people because, I don't know, it's something about, I feel like if I did this more so, I don't know, it feels like a little bit of a stigma around, me doing this kind of stuff or something. I just don't feel comfortable. There we go. That's what I'm gonna go with. I don't feel comfortable going into the public with my Reiki. So I just keep it within my small circle of friends that know I do the energy work. So, since it is a very tiny circle of friends that know that I do Reiki, I don't get to do it very much. And recently, there have been some things that happened in my life that I have decided that I need to get back to actively practicing it again, because over the years it's become a bit of a lost art in my personal environment. And because of this recent event that occurred, I have decided to contact my good friend Tina, who you have seen in the previous videos. She is a Reiki master, and she does Reiki work on a much more common basis than I do. So I have decided, since I've decided that I needed to make this trip to once again rejuvenate the little spark, the little energy flow of Reiki that I have lost over the years of lack of practice. And part of the loss of not doing energy work on a daily basis or a weekly basis even. I would do it maybe once every couple of months, maybe. but I've decided that I needed this trip to reattune and to slightly fix whatever was wrong with the energy flow. And when I got there, turns out my energy was just as good as it was when I first began working, but shortcuts. I've been taking so many shortcuts in the practice of Reiki and energy work that it just wasn't doing, and quite what it is intended to. So that is one big thing that I worked on, is how to get back on the full path. Because after you've taken so many shortcuts through your entire time, that you forget how to get back to the proper path, the original path. And that was a thing that I needed reminding and fixing. So while over in Wisconsin, I've done a couple of sessions, and one of them, one session was the very first session that I did, was based off of how I've done it in the past, just with all the shortcuts, which I forgot were shortcuts. So it was it wasn't proper. And after discussing and talking, I decided to do another Reiki session. And this time I took absolutely no shortcuts whatsoever. And let me just tell you, it is such an enlightening feeling to do things by the book again, how they are intended to. And yes, it is an art. And one of the things that we have spoken about during the session is, when both of us were originally introduced into Reiki, we were pretty much told, this is an art. Here, there's it's like there's the paintbrush, there's the canvas, there's the paint. Good luck. And the guideline was virtually non-existent. It's like what they're telling you, you dip the brush in the paint, and then you put the paint on the canvas, and that's how you make art. Nobody told us the proper, any guidelines or anything like that. Nobody gave us any hints as to how to approach the art that is Reiki. So that's what we were doing. We were pretty much finger painting. That was the thing, and equivalent of finger painting. So what this session between me and Tina was a little bit of a guidance of how to become better at the art that is Reiki. And I feel like we clicked very well in regarding to how the energy works, and she understood how I pull my energy and how I go through my sessions, and she shared some of her ways that she does it, and we exchanged some ideas, and we've established a few certain guidelines that we have been lacking. Well, I have been lacking. And after this thorough discussion, we decided to do another session where I took absolutely no shortcuts. I put in the newfound effort, the newfound guidelines, and it was a much more effective Reiki session that I have ever done. And it was just blissful and blissful all together, all at once. It was a very enlightening emotion. So I am very happy I've done that. So my thing is, if you want to do, for me to work some Reiki on you, let me know. Now that I have rejuvenated the power that is within. Save me, Obi-Wan. You are my only hope. Please don't do that, though. I don't have the ability to use the Force. I've got energy. I got the universal energy flowing through me every once in a while. But, yeah. So one thing that I have learned on this trip is shortcuts. Actually, I've taken shortcuts for so many years. You don't know what the original path is. And therefore shortcuts are dangerous, because when you're trying to get back to the path of doing all the things that you're supposed to do, and all the things of how you've been, taught to do, and the guidelines that are there, that are actually, they're kind of there. They're not really there, but Reiki is an art. It is an art of using the energy of the universe to assist somebody who wishes to have their energy tuned slightly for the better, hopefully. And so yeah, shortcuts are bad. You remember, after taking several shortcuts every once in a while, do remember to go back and do how it was meant to be done. And that goes for real life as well, not just energy work or healing work or anything. So my question for the week, I suppose, would be, if you are not too terribly personal about it, what are some of your personal shortcuts that you have taken, that you realize that you have taken the shortcut far too many times, and that it is time to update? It is time. What are some of your shortcuts that it's time to update and to fix again, to get back to the original path? Let me know in the comments below, if it's not too painful or anything of that nature. Do apologize for the little break there. Somebody decided to give me a call, but do let me know. Remember, guys, to always stay awesome. I will see you guys next video. Toodles.